The emergency klaxons were screaming their third highest alert level when Emma Williams walked into the observation deck asking if anyone had a spare hair tie. Commander Zillax's four eyes swiveled from the carnage display to the human standing in the doorway, ponytail half undone, wearing standard-issue gym clothes. Trainee Williams, this facility is in lockdown. The Predator has achieved full combat activation and terminated 15 of our elite warriors in the last 4 minutes. According to YouTube analytics, 99.6% of viewers are not subscribed. That's a huge number. By subscribing the channel that is completely free, you'll help support the channel and never miss fresh content. Right, yeah, I heard the alarms. Emma gathered her dark hair, struggling with the loose strands. So, can I borrow a hair tie or not? Mine just snapped. Kael'thas, the facility's security chief, made a strangled sound in his throat. The Predator, human. The Apex Combat Unit. 200 confirmed kills across 7 star systems. It's currently in Arena 7 conducting what your species would call a murder spree. Okay, but do you have a hair tie, though? Zillax felt something crack in his understanding of reality. In his 40 years commanding the Kaldrith Combat Assessment Facility, he'd never encountered a being who responded to imminent death with accessory requests. Trainee Williams, I don't think you understand the severity. Oh, I get it. Big scary murder machine. Everyone's freaking out. Standard Tuesday. Emma accepted a hair tie from a trembling technician. Thanks. So here's a weird question. Can I fight it? The observation deck went silent except for the screaming alarms and the wet sounds of the Predator dismembering another training dummy 2 floors below. Absolutely not, Zillax said. Why not? Because no one survives a Predator encounter. That's the entire point of this facility. We test our best warriors against humanity's worst creation before deploying them to actual combat. The survival rate is 0.03%, and that's only because, twice in 10,000 years, someone managed to crawl out of the arena before dying. Emma tied off her ponytail. Okay, but that doesn't answer my question. Why can't I fight it? Vexia, the facility's combat analyst, pulled up holographic data with shaking appendages. Trainee Williams, please observe. The Predator is a 12-foot biomechanical construct with adaptive combat algorithms, regenerating armor plating, and neural processing that can calculate 17 million strike variations per second. It was designed by humanity's greatest military minds during the species war to end civilizations. Humanity made that thing? Emma squinted at the display showing the Predator tearing through a reinforced wall. Huh. We really don't do things halfway, do we? Your species created it 300 years ago, Zillax said. Before the treaties, before humanity decided to join civilized space instead of conquering it. The Predator units were supposed to be destroyed, but we kept this one for training purposes. And you test alien soldiers against Earth's doomsday weapon. Emma laughed. That's actually pretty smart. So what happens if I beat it? Kael'thas made that strangled sound again. You won't. Why not? Because it's impossible. Zillax's mandibles clicked in frustration. We've sent our best, Kravenian berserkers, Thalasian combat savants, even a Zenithari warrior monk who'd meditated for 70 years on the perfect killing strike. The Predator adapted to all of them within seconds and ended them within minutes. Emma walked to the viewing window. Below, the Predator was reorganizing the remains of its latest victims into geometric patterns. Is it, like, smart? Its combat AI has an IQ equivalent of 420, Vexia said. It learns, adapts, and optimizes with every encounter. Cool. Emma turned back to Zillax. So can I fight it or not? Because I've got a xenobiology essay due tomorrow, and I'd rather do this now. The commander felt his worldview tilting. Trainee Williams, you're an exchange student from Earth's community college system. Your file says you're studying anthropology. Why would you want to fight the most dangerous combat unit in known space? Because you said no one beats it. Emma shrugged. That seems like a solvable problem. It's not a problem, it's an immutable fact of reality. Yeah, well, someone's gotta be first, right? Zilax looked at Kael'thas. Kael'thas looked at Vexia. Vexia's appendages trembled as she pulled up human psychological profiles. Commander, I believe the human is experiencing what her species calls confidence. The data suggests this is often mistaken for suicidal ideation by other species. I'm not suicidal, Emma said. I'm just wondering why everyone's so sure this is impossible. Like, has a human ever fought it? No, Zilax admitted. We've never allowed. Then how do you know humans can't beat it? The observation deck fell silent again. Somewhere in that silence, Zilax felt the foundations of military doctrine beginning to crack. The Predator was designed to kill humans, he said carefully. It knows every human martial art, every combat doctrine in your military history. It was programmed specifically to counter human tactics. Right, but that was 300 years ago. Emma stretched her shoulders. We've had time to think of new stuff. You're a college student. Yeah, and I took some karate classes in high school. Also, I worked as a bouncer at a bar near campus for like 6 months. Emma grinned. You'd be surprised how much that teaches you about reading people. Or, 12-foot murder robots. Probably translates. Kael'thas pulled Zilax aside. Commander, we cannot allow this. The Council observers arrive in 20 minutes to witness the Predator's combat demonstration. If a human trainee dies, it's Tuesday, Emma called over. If I win, you get to be the facility that broke a 10,000-year record. What's the Council going to be more impressed by? Zilax felt something he hadn't experienced in decades. Curiosity. You're serious? Dead serious. Well, hopefully not dead. Emma laughed. Come on, Commander. I sign whatever death waiver you want. You let me try. Worst case scenario, you're right and I become a statistic. Best case, we make history. And if you fail? Then you get to tell everyone you were right and humans are just as squishy as everyone else. Win-win. Vexia pulled up legal documents. Commander, if the human signs a full liability waiver and acknowledges the certainty of death, the Council is going to crucify us, Kael'thas muttered. The Council is going to watch something unprecedented, Emma said. Probably. Maybe. 50-50 shot, right? Zilax made a decision that would either end his career or define it. Get her the waiver. 15 minutes later, Emma stood in the Arena 7 entrance corridor while medical teams assembled body recovery equipment behind her. So what's the plan? Kael'thas asked through the comm system. Do you want weapons? Armor? We can provide. Nah, I'm good. You're good? Yeah, if this thing was designed to fight armed humans, I should probably try something different. Emma bounced on her toes. Besides, weapons just slow you down. In the observation deck, Council Observer Jotaro had arrived with his full entourage. Commander Zilax, we were promised a demonstration of the Predator's combat efficiency, not a... What is that? A human observer. I can see it's a human. Why is it in the arena? She requested access. Jotaro's skin shifted through 3 colors, indicating confusion, alarm, and bureaucratic concern. You're allowing a civilian trainee to face the Predator? She insisted. Then you're about to create a diplomatic incident. Yes, Observer. We're aware. Below, the arena doors opened with a hydraulic hiss. The Predator stood in the center of the space, 12 feet of chrome and carbon fiber and cultivated hatred. Its sensor array swiveled toward Emma, and every screen in the observation deck lit up with combat calculations. Target identified, the Predator's voice boomed. Human, female, unarmed, threat assessment, minimal, estimated termination. Time, 8 seconds. Emma stepped into the arena. 8 seconds? That's kind of insulting. The Predator moved. It crossed 40 feet in less than a second. Strike algorithms optimizing mid-leap. Claws extended to bisect Emma at the sternum exactly as it had been programmed to do 300 years ago when human soldiers were the enemy. Emma wasn't there. She'd moved left, casual as dodging a puddle, and the predator's claws carved through empty air where her torso had been. Recalculating, the predator announced. "Take your time," Emma said. The second attack came faster, 3 strike patterns in rapid succession, each designed to force Emma into a kill zone. The observation deck's computers showed the tactical brilliance. Every escape route was covered. Every possible human response had a counter-response. Emma ducked under the first strike, stepped inside the second, and rolled away from the third. She came up grinning. "Oh, you've got patterns. That's adorable." Zilax felt his breathing passages constrict. She avoided the Karzenthi triad formation. That's never been countered. "She didn't counter it," Vexia whispered. "She just moved. There's no technique recognition, no martial doctrine. She's simply not where the attacks are." Kael'thas was gripping the railing hard enough to leave dents. "This is impossible." "Threat assessment. Elevated," the predator announced, switching to advanced protocols. "Uh-oh," Emma said, still smiling. "I've been upgraded." The predator's attack patterns shifted. Gone were the standard combat algorithms. Now it was pulling from its deepest archives, techniques that had ended civilizations. Strikes came from impossible angles, feints within feints, psychological warfare integrated with physical assault. Emma treated it like a dance. She wasn't faster than the predator. Every sensor in the facility confirmed she was operating at normal human speed. She just seemed to know where it would strike before it struck, moving with an efficiency that made the predator's calculations look wasteful. "How is she doing this?" Jotaro demanded. "What combat doctrine is she using?" "None that we recognize," Vexia said, her appendages flying across holographic displays. "I'm analyzing her movement patterns, and there are no patterns. Every response is unique. She's making decisions faster than the predator can calculate responses." "That's impossible. The predator calculates 17 million variations per second." "And she's not calculating at all," Zilax breathed. "She's just reacting." In the arena, Emma ducked a strike that would have removed her head, stepped onto the predator's extended arm, and kicked off its shoulder to create distance. "Gotta say, this is a pretty good workout. You guys got a gym here?" "Threat assessment. Critical," the predator announced, engaging environmental protocols. The arena floor split open. Gravity manipulation fields activated, attempting to pin Emma in place. Energy barriers formed to restrict movement. Neural disruptors fired, designed to scramble synaptic responses. Emma stumbled as the gravity hit her, went to one knee, then pushed up. "Oh, cool. You've got party tricks." "She's fighting through neural disruptors," Kael'thas said faintly. "Those should have knocked her unconscious." "Human neural plasticity," Vexia said, scanning frantically. "Their brains compensate for damage in real time. The disruptors are hitting her, but she's adapting to them faster than they can adjust frequency." The predator launched its most devastating combination, 47 strikes in 3 seconds, each one designed to be unavoidable, each one backed by enough force to shatter reinforced steel. Emma weaved through them like water, laughing now. Okay, you're pretty good, but you know what your problem is?" "Requesting clarification." "You're thinking too hard." Emma spun away from a claw strike. "Like, I can see you calculating. You're running all these scenarios, trying to predict what I'll do, but I don't even know what I'm gonna do. How are you supposed to predict that?" Zilax felt something ancient and fundamental break in his understanding of combat theory. She's right. The predator's entire system is built on prediction and counter-prediction. It's trying to anticipate her next move, but she's not planning ahead. She's operating on pure instinct. "That's not a combat doctrine," Jotaro protested. "That's chaos." "Controlled chaos," Vexia corrected, her voice filled with awe. "She's making optimal decisions without conscious thought. Her subconscious is running combat calculations that would take our best AI clusters hours to process, and she's doing it in milliseconds." "She's not running calculations," Zilax said quietly. "She's just Human. In the arena, the Predator had cycled through every combat protocol in its database. Nothing worked. The human kept avoiding, kept adapting, kept laughing. Initiating final protocol, the Predator announced. Oh good, a final protocol, Emma said. Those always work out well. The Predator stopped moving. Its entire frame went still, and every weapon system it possessed charged simultaneously. The observation deck alarms screamed warnings about critical energy buildup. It's going for a total elimination strike, Kyle Toss said. Everything at once. There's no dodging that. The entire arena becomes a kill zone. Emma tilted her head, studying the Predator. Then she started walking toward it. What is she doing? Jotaro shrieked. Something brilliant or suicidal, Zilax said. Possibly both. The Predator's countdown reached 0. Energy erupted from every weapon port. Gravity fields collapsed inward. Neural disruptors fired at maximum intensity. The arena became a sphere of death. Emma was already inside the Predator's guard. She'd closed the distance during the charge-up, moving while the Predator was locked in pre-fire protocols. Now she was too close for it to target, standing in the one zone its weapons couldn't reach, directly underneath its central chassis. Oh hey, Emma said, looking up at the Predator's sensor array. You've got an access panel right here. That seems like a design flaw. Her hand shot up, fingers finding the maintenance release. The panel popped open. Alert, alert. Core access compromised. Yeah, probably should have locked this better. Emma reached inside, grabbed something and pulled. The Predator's central processing core came out in her hands, still blinking with confused electronic signals. The 12-foot killing machine toppled backward, hitting the arena floor with a crash that shook the observation deck. Emma stood there, holding the core, looking up at the stunned observers. So, did I win? The silence in the observation deck lasted approximately 7 seconds. Then Kael'thas said, "The Predator, she defeated." The human just... What? Zilax was checking the facility's chronometer with all 4 eyes. 8 minutes and 43 seconds. That's not just a record. That's not even in the same reality as the previous records. Jotaro had cycled through so many colors, he'd looped back to his original pigmentation. That unit has been operational for 10,000 years. 10,000 years, and a college student just pulled its brain out. To be fair, Emma's voice came through the arena comms, you guys did leave an unsecured access panel right on its chassis. Like, I know it's probably hard to reach for most species, but basic security protocols, you know. Vexia was staring at her displays like they'd personally betrayed her. Commander, I need to understand this. What was her combat system? Zilax activated the arena comm. Trainee Williams, please explain your tactical approach. My what? Your combat methodology. The system you used to defeat the Predator. Emma looked confused. I just moved when it attacked, and then hit it when it didn't expect it? That's kind of how fighting works. But what algorithms were you running? What predictive models? I wasn't running anything. I was just reacting. It's not that deep. Vexia's appendages trembled. Trainee Williams, I have 40 years of combat analysis experience. 3 doctoral dissertations on warfare theory. I've studied every martial tradition in known space, and you're telling me you defeated the Apex Predator unit by just reacting? Yeah, I mean, it's a robot, right? Robots have patterns. I just didn't follow patterns back, so it couldn't predict me. She's running millions of subconscious calculations per second, Vexia said to Zilax. She has to be. The neural plasticity, the adaptive response time, the threat assessment. I'm literally just reacting, Emma interrupted. This is what humans do. We're really good at not dying when things try to kill us. It's kind of our whole thing. Kael'thas made a sound like escaping atmosphere. Your whole thing is casually defeating weapons systems designed to end civilizations? I mean, when you put it that way, it sounds impressive, but really I just didn't let the scary robot hit me and then I turned it off. Emma held up the processing core. Can I keep this? It'd look cool on my dorm shelf. Jotaro found his voice. Commander Zilax, I need to file an emergency report with the Council immediately. This changes everything. If humans can defeat Predator units with this level of casual efficiency, we need to recall every Predator in active service, Kael'thas said. If they're this vulnerable to human tactics. They're not vulnerable to human tactics, Vexia said quietly. They're vulnerable to human nature. The Predator was programmed to fight human. Military doctrine as it existed 300 years ago, but Trainee Williams didn't use doctrine. She didn't use tactics. She just was human. Zilax felt the weight of 10,000 years of military tradition crumbling. How many combat facilities across the galaxy use Predator units for training? 47, Kael'thas said, and they're all about to become obsolete. Zilax pulled up a priority communication channel. This is Commander Zilax of Kaldrith Combat Assessment Facility, issuing a galaxy-wide security bulletin. Human adaptive combat capabilities exceed all previous assessments. Previous combat models are no longer valid. All training protocols must be revised immediately. In the arena, Emma was examining the Predator's core with interest. Hey, does this thing have Wi-Fi? I could probably use it to boost the signal in my dorm. 2 hours later, Emma sat in the facility's cafeteria eating something that approximated pasta while Zilax stood across from her, mandibles clicking nervously. Trainee Williams, the council has demanded, actually, that you serve as a permanent combat instructor at this facility. They're offering full salary, housing, research grants. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass. Emma twirled synthetic noodles around her fork. I've got like 3 midterms next week, and I'm already behind on my anthropology readings. You just defeated an undefeated combat unit that's been operational for 10 millennia. Right, but I still need to graduate. Emma took a bite. This is pretty good, by the way. What is it? Protein substrate number 7. Zilax sat down heavily. Trainee Williams, Emma, do you understand what you've done here? Broken a robot? You've broken our entire understanding of combat theory. Every military academy in the galaxy is going to have to revise their curricula. The Predator project is being decommissioned. 3-star systems are canceling invasion plans because they suddenly can't rely on their Predator deployments. You've changed everything. Emma shrugged. I mean, someone was going to do it eventually. Better it happens during training than during an actual war, right? You're frighteningly reasonable about this. It's just physics and biology. Emma finished her pasta. Humans evolved dodging things that wanted to eat us. Then we spent a few million years learning how to fight back. Then we spent a few thousand years fighting each other and getting really creative about it. Of course, we're good at not dying. Natural selection is hardcore. Vexia approached the table, appendages full of data tablets. Trainee Williams, I've been analyzing your combat performance. I need to ask, did you know about the access panel before entering the arena? Nope. Saw it during the fight. And you formulated a plan to exploit it while simultaneously avoiding a combat unit calculating millions of strike variations. I mean, it wasn't really a plan. More like, oh hey, that looks important. I should probably grab it. Vexia set down all her tablets. I'm going to need to completely rewrite my dissertation. Sorry? Don't be. This is the most exciting development in combat theory since the invention of projectile weapons. Vexia pulled out another tablet. Can I study you? Not invasively, just observational data during training exercises. Sure, whatever. But I'm only here for another 3 months. 3 months? Zilax stood abruptly. You're not staying? It's an exchange program, Commander. I go back to Earth next semester. Got to finish my degree. What are you studying again? Cultural anthropology. I'm writing my thesis on how different species approach conflict resolution. Emma grinned. Today was actually super helpful for that. You guys definitely overthink it. Kael'thas joined them, looking exhausted. The Council wants a full report on human combat capabilities. They're talking about revising the entire combat training framework for the galactic military. That seems like a lot of work, Emma said. It's going to take decades. We'll need to develop entirely new doctrine, new training methods, new assessment criteria. Kael'thas sat down. All because you asked, why not? Yeah, sorry about that. If it helps, I'm pretty sure most humans couldn't do what I did. Really? Zilax felt a surge of hope. Oh yeah. I mean, I've done martial arts and bouncer work. Most humans are way better at other stuff. Like, my roommate Sarah can't fight at all, but she can calculate orbital mechanics in her head. Different skills, you know. The hope died. So you're saying other humans have different but equally improbable capabilities? Pretty much. We're a diverse species. Emma checked her data pad. Anyway, I should get going. Got that essay to write, and now I have a really cool primary source about predator-prey dynamics in artificial environments. You're going to write about this for your anthropology class? Vexia asked. Oh yeah. Combat as Cultural Expression, a case study in human-robot interaction. Professor Chen is gonna love it. Zilax watched Emma gather her things. Trainee Williams, one last question. When you walked into that arena, were you afraid? Emma thought about it. A little? But mostly I was curious. Like, everyone kept saying it was impossible and I just wanted to see if that was actually true or if people were just assuming. She smiled. Turns out it was an assumption. Those are dangerous in any field. She waved and headed for the exit, ponytail swinging. Kael'thas, Vexia, and Zilax sat in silence, watching her go. Finally, Jotaro approached. His colors stabilized into something resembling bureaucratic resignation. Commander, the Council has requested that all human exchange students undergo immediate evaluation. For what purpose? To determine which other fundamental aspects of reality they might casually disprove during their stay. Zilax nodded slowly. That seems wise. Vexia was already making notes. I'm establishing a new research division, Human Capability Assessment. We'll need funding, staff, equipment. Approved, Jotaro said. The Council considers this a Priority 1 initiative. Kael'thas was staring at the arena entrance. Do you think there are more humans like her? Based on statistical probability, Vexia pulled up population data. Earth has approximately 12 billion humans. If even a fraction of them possess similar adaptive capabilities, she trailed off. Then the galaxy has been significantly underestimating humanity, Zilax finished. They asked, why not? And proved we'd been asking the wrong question, Jotaro said. We've been asking, how do we beat the Predator for 10,000 years? Humans asked, why can't we? And solved it in 9 minutes. Zilax stood, feeling every one of his years. I need to update our training protocols, all of them. This is going to take, his comm unit chimed. He checked it, then read the message again to make sure he'd understood correctly. What is it? Kael'thas asked. Trainee Emma Williams has submitted a suggestion to facility management. Zilax showed them the message. She recommends installing better security locks on all combat unit access panels and maybe considering whether building weapons with easily removable brains is the best design choice. Vexia started laughing, a sound like wind chimes in a hurricane. She defeated our greatest combat unit, and her first instinct is to give us improvement notes. Very human, Jotaro observed. Yes, Zilax agreed, already composing an implementation order. Yes, it is. In her dorm room 3 levels away, Emma Williams was typing the opening paragraph of her essay, occasionally glancing at the Predator's processing core on her shelf, which was indeed making her Wi-Fi signal much better. She titled her paper, Why Because We've Always Done It This Way is Never a Good Answer, and smiled as she wrote. Human nature, she reflected, was all about asking the questions everyone else had stopped asking. Worked pretty well so far.